Hi friends, I'm Sandeep Singh and in this video I'm going to talk about the Eisenhower Matrix. Now you can use the Eisenhower Matrix for your exams. Eisenhower Matrix can also be used for your everyday life as well. I have timestamped the video, so feel free to maneuver around the chapters in my video. So now let's get started. Now let me give you a bit of a history about the Eisenhower Matrix. The Eisenhower Matrix was made by Dwight D. Eisenhower, which was the 34th US president. Now, he did a lot of stuff during his 2 terms of being a president. Let me read it out for you. He led the construction of the interstate highway system. He created NASA. He signed into law the first major piece of civil rights legislation since the end of the Civil War. And then he ended the Korean War. He welcomed Alaska and Hawaii into the Union, and he managed to keep the Cold War with Russia cold. Now, Eisenhower, he knew the difference of urgency and importance. Now, he said that he has two kinds of problems: urgency and importance. The urgent are never important, and the important are never urgent. Now, urgent matters are stuff which you need to do like right now, and if you don't really do it, there might be some consequences. But important tasks contribute to like long-term life and goals. Might require some deep work, but like no one is pressing you on a deadline. So that is why important matters are you are less likely to feel burnt out, but urgent matters, since you're always pressed on the deadline, you are more likely to be burnt out. Now, I think when some people, when they say they're busy, I think it's because we mainly focus on being busy as people who favor urgent tasks with lower payout. And I think in this world, we are always in a rush. We always have a deadline and always are urgently doing something. But those stuff that are urgent and have deadlines have lower payouts than those which don't really have a proper deadline. Like for example, for exams, like we're always fixated on like our exams like the next day or like the day after. But like after we get our results, like 10 years after your exam, you're not even going to remember what grade you even have. But like things which make you think about what you're going to be, like your ambition in the future, now those are much more important. But we don't really fixate on that too much. Now the Eisenhower matrix is basically a time management kind of technique which can help you during your exams or like even for general life as well. Now let me show you the Eisenhower matrix table. Now here's the table for the Eisenhower matrix. As you can see, there are 4 cells inside here. The first one is for urgent and important. The second one is not urgent but important. Third cell is urgent and not important. And fourth is not urgent and not important. This is just a template for you. Like maybe for urgent and important, it wouldn't be like study for exams for you. But essentially, what is urgent and important for me is like studying for an exam, like the day after, something like that. And like this has a strict deadline. So like if the exam is like the next day, then that has to be urgent and important together. But not urgent and important are more about life goals. So like for me, it's about what's after YouTube, and like maybe I can say how to make a newsletter. Like something like this. So like there's no strict deadline for this, and like you won't really feel burnt out easily. But like for urgent and important, it's definitely easier for you to feel much more burnt out as there's strict deadlines for it. Now for me, I kind of made a calendar for urgent and important tasks. So this is something how it will look like. So like maybe tomorrow I have an exam for algorithm and data structures, so I can just write that here. And like maybe the next day I have like a meeting with a friend, then I have this notification here. And I think it's important for you to make sure that you have proper reminders for everything, because your brain can only remember so much. And like that's a good video from David Perel where he explains why note taking is so important. I'll put the video inside the description below if you like. And like for the third cell, not important and urgent, these are stuff which you can delegate. But like being student, we can't really delegate our work to someone else. I never actually used the third cell because I haven't really delegated anything to anyone. So just by being a student, you can literally remove the third cell. So you're only left with 3 cells in total. And like not important and not urgent are like stuff which makes you procrastinate in a way. So like social media and games, basically. But like don't get me wrong, like sometimes it's alright to procrastinate a bit. Like everyone procrastinates in the end. Like nobody is perfect. Everyone will procrastinate in the end. But you can't like just procrastinate for like hours on. So if you feel like you're procrastinating, you have to like ask yourself why you're procrastinating in the first place. And I think the main reason why people procrastinate is because we are kind of worried about the stuff inside the first quadrant, and we kind of procrastinate it in the end to stop the worry. But nonetheless, we're still gonna face the task inside the cell one. So you feel you have spent like a lot of time in cell 4 like procrastinating. You got to remember that like motivation is a myth. And like if you feel you've done a lot of stuff inside cell 1 and like you feel very burnt out, because cell 1 is the main cell for being burnt out, why not think about cell 2, where the deep work actually comes in and you actually enjoy not being held down by a deadline. Like I think about cell 2 whenever I'm not really doing anything productive. So like whenever I'm in a car or something like that, then I'll just think about stuff which I can do in cell 2. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Goodbye.